Back when studios ran Hollywood like dictatorships in diamonds, stars were expected to be flawless, perfect teeth, perfect posture, and not a single fart out of place. But sometimes reality kicked the door in. These are the moments when the mascara ran, the toupees flew, and even the most powerful stars got publicly pantsed, sometimes literally. They're not crimes, not tragedies, just jaw-droppingly embarrassing screw-ups that even Hollywood's elite couldn't sweep under the red carpet. And in some twisted cases, these moments made careers. Let's dive into 13 glorious disasters where the stars fell and sometimes got right back up with their dignity trailing behind them like toilet paper on a shoe. Tallulah Bankhead, the commando catastrophe. She skipped underwear. Hitchcock gave her a ladder. Physics did the rest. During filming of Lifeboat, Tallulah Bankhead's anatomy became the uncredited co-star, flashing the crew more times than the clapboard. Hitchcock, master of suspense, reportedly just sighed and said, "Is this a costume, makeup, or hair issue?" Bankhead's response? "Darling, I haven't worn underwear in years. You never know when you'll need to seduce someone in a hurry." A wardrobe malfunction for anyone else. For Tallulah, a Tuesday. Bette Davis gave her Oscar a butt. Most people polish their Oscar. Bette Davis gave hers buttocks. Appalled that the statue was as smooth as a Ken doll, Davis grabbed a nail file and sculpted cheeks on her golden boy. The Academy was horrified. Meanwhile, she proudly displayed her corrected statue like a naughty garden gnome. Forget method acting. This was method vandalism, and it only made her more iconic. Joan Crawford, drunk in bed with a stolen Oscar moment. She called in sick, but when she won Best Actress, reporters found her fully glammed up in bed like she was posing for a Vogue cover sponsored by NyQuil and gin. Then she gave a drunken, teary Oscar speech from under the covers. Somewhere, Bette Davis lit a cigarette, smirked, and muttered, "I told you she was a fraud." Nothing screams professional like winning an Oscar while blackout and horizontal. Clark Gable, the denture disaster. Hollywood's hottest leading man had a secret, dentures, and during a love scene, they popped out mid-kiss into his co-star's mouth. She didn't scream, she didn't flinch, she just handed them back like a boss. Meanwhile, Gable looked like a man watching his career leave via spit. His wife later quipped, "You should see them in a glass beside our bed." Romantic. Marlene Dietrich, when the dress said "Nope" live performance. Tight gown, stage lights, snap. Her dress fell off. Entire audience got a peek behind the curtain, literally. She didn't run, didn't cry. She just straightened up and said, "This is the first time I've lost my dress in 50 years. I hope you're not disappointed." Marlene didn't just break the fourth wall, she moonwalked through it. Red Skelton, the first F-bomb, kinda. He flubbed a line, thought the mic was off, muttered, "That's no damn good, let's try again." America exploded. NBC got 40,000 complaint letters, many probably from the same guy with a fountain pen and nothing to live for. Within weeks, the 7-second delay was born. One tiny swear word, one permanent fix. Skelton's mouth changed broadcasting forever. Judy Garland, the hospital room that got ghosted. NBC had cameras outside her hospital room, waiting to broadcast her winning Best Actress. Except, she lost. Cue. Live feed of a crew yanking cords like they'd tripped a landmine, and her husband opening the door, realizing he was on camera, and slamming it like a Scooby-Doo villain. It was supposed to be her triumphant comeback. Instead, it felt like a live-streamed breakup. Errol Flynn, the pants that snitched. Courtroom. All-female jury. Errol Flynn stands, and his pants explode. He wasn't wearing underwear. His lawyer tackled him with a jacket. The courtroom broke into nervous laughter, and suddenly the trial went from serious allegations to striptease comedy hour. He was acquitted, because apparently if your pants self-destruct in front of a jury, it counts as community service. Rita Hayworth, drenched and transparent. At Cannes, a clumsy waiter tripped, launching champagne all over Rita Hayworth's gown. Silk plus booze equals human X-ray. A festival rep rushed in to help and made it worse by blotting in all the wrong places. Photos spread like wildfire. Columbia Pictures cried, Europe cheered. Rita laughed. The dress never recovered. Laurence Olivier, when sexy went extinct. Tired of Marilyn Monroe's method acting, Olivier decided to show her how to be sexy. He wiggled, he pranced. He looked like a constipated flamingo having a stroke. Monroe let the silence hang, then hit him with, "If that's your idea of sexy, no wonder England lost the empire." And that's the day the Shakespearean method died of embarrassment. John Wayne, toupee goes AWOL. USO show, Korea, patriotism. Then, whoosh. A gust of wind turned John Wayne's toupee into a projectile. His team freaked out. The military seized photos like it was a national security breach. No joke. Bob Hope cracked, "Weather's so bad, it's toupee flying time." The man who played cowboys couldn't even tame a hairpiece. Joan Fontaine, Oscar panic or seafood regret? She opened the envelope, saw Marlon Brando's name, clutched her chest and yelled, "I'm having a heart attack," before collapsing like a Regency-era heroine. It was a panic attack, maybe, or bad shrimp. Either way, it was the most dramatic non-performance of the night. Ronald Reagan, when the chimp said no thanks. Filming Bedtime for Bonzo, Reagan held the chimp. The chimp peed. On him. A lot. He tried to finish the scene, dripping, smiling, drenched in shame. Years later, when political rivals played the blooper at fundraisers, Reagan just laughed. Sometimes you've got to change your suit and move on. The chimp had better comedic timing than half of Congress. Roy Rogers, the Cowboy King, dethroned by a cream pie. Roy Rogers, King of the Cowboys, hero of 87 films, proprietor of roast beef restaurants, and model of squeaky clean Americana, thought he'd seen it all. That is, until a pie in the face made him wish he really had seen it all first. At a Fairfax Town Hall event in 1977, 65-year-old Roy was mid-sermon, talking God, family, and Roy Rogers roast beef sandwiches when a teenager in long hair and denim lobbed a cream pie square between his 10-gallon hat and chin. Cue the crowd's betrayal of myth, makeup dissolving mid-speech, pie dripping down this living legend's face. One of his own bandmates nearly lost it into a live mic, blurting, "Let me at that son of a bitch," before police dragged the pie flinger away. Roy's reaction? "Let me get a punch at him." As earnest as his signature grin, though the mood had shifted. One creamy smack and his decades-long flawless image looked more like an elaborate glazed donut. This wasn't just a slip-up, it was a mic-drop moment that reminded everyone fame only goes so far. You can be America's hero, but you can't dodge a pastry-toting youth. And strangely, isn't that exactly why America loved him even more? These weren't oops moments, they were full-blown public meltdowns. And yet, many of these stars came out stronger because of them. Why? Because people don't want gods, they want humans. Flawed, weird, messy, occasionally pantsless humans. So next time you see a celeb trying to go viral with a totally authentic photo dump, remember, it used to be a lot easier. All you needed was a ladder, no underwear, or a chimp with a full bladder. Like, subscribe, and comment below with your favorite old Hollywood faceplant or the one you think we missed. And don't worry, we'll keep the camera rolling.